GOP could have a candidate to challenge Governor Cuomo in the next election. He's newly elected Westchester County Executive Rob Astorino, and he told the Post that he is considering a run. And joining us now, the author of that article, our political analyst, New York Post state editor Fred Dicker. And Rob Astorino, not a new name to politics, certainly not in Westchester County. Fred, does he have the juice to make it happen here?
Well, let me note that Rob Astorino was reelected in a county that has 2-to-1 Democratic enrollment. He's a Republican, a conservative Republican, in fact, on a number of issues, and it was a remarkable showing in his very wealthy New York City suburb. Right now, look, even Rob Astorino in my article concedes it would be very difficult to defeat Andrew Cuomo, but a lot can happen over the next 9 or 10 months. This guy may be the best hope the Republicans have, Liz. You know, it's been a few years, several years, since the Republicans had any good news, but Ed Cox, the state Republican chairman, was almost gleeful today on my radio show discussing the possibilities that Rob Astorino would run. He thinks he would be the best candidate they could field. I think he's probably right on that, given the field that's out there for the Republicans to choose amongst. He's a Republican who's won strongly with Democrats. He speaks fluent Spanish. He won the Hispanic voters in Westchester County. Clearly, the Republicans need to have outreach to minority voters. And he's also shown himself to be popular with women at a time when, as we've seen poll after poll and vote after vote, women are heavily going to Democrats. So he could certainly be a credible candidate. Right now, I don't think he could beat Andrew Cuomo. But as I said, a lot could happen between now and Election Day in 2014. And
according to your article in the Post, he apparently has moxie if he walked right into a den of Democrats in Puerto Rico.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Every year, the Hispanic legislators have a big event down in Puerto Rico from a group called Somos El Futuro. The governor stiffed the gathering. He decided not to go. Some Democrats were upset, but unexpectedly, Rob Astorino, as you noted, did go down there with Ed Cox, gave a speech in fluent Spanish, and apparently impressed people with his willingness to be there and try to engage Hispanic Democrats.
And, you know, his background, too, suggests that he, given a chance to become known, might become sort of an attractive candidate with the, what is he, a former teacher and journalist?
Absolutely, Liz. He was, I think, a TV broadcaster, so he has absolutely great strength in terms of dealing with people.
Yeah.
He's a guy who's comfortable with the public, not a stiff politician, and that comes across when you meet him. So I think that he would be, if he did decide to run, and I think there's a very good chance he will, he certainly would be a comfortable campaigner. He's looking now to see if he can get the big money that's needed to take on the governor, who, after all, has about a $30 million war chest.
But from the Republican standpoint, he is no Donald Trump.
No, he's no Donald Trump. That can be a plus and a minus as well, because we know that the Donald does have his detractors.
All right. Well, we'll see where this goes, and I know you'll be following it for us. Thank you, Fred. Fred's on the radio live from the state capitol weekday mornings from 10 to 11 on Talk 1300 AM.